KROQ Klein Show. Let's take a look at what's going on in the world, and welcome to the many new listeners that are joining us this morning here at KROQ. Go ahead. What's up, dude?
Definitely adding the show to my routine in the morning.
Great idea. You hear that, Ali? Routines like showering. It's all stuff we could do to make our morning better. This guy's added us to his routine. You're more than welcome to join us here every day, at least for now. And now your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. Here's Cheapo.
Last week, comments about Dave Grohl included the following. Say hello to the most influential rock star of our generation and probably ever. Comments about Dave Grohl today include the following. Good morning to everyone except Dave Grohl, who hates unsuccessful women.
Oh, boy.
And it's hard to believe that people hating Dave Grohl would ever be a real thing, but that's what happens when you say anything negative about Taylor Swift. And
Foo Fighters!
Yeah. At a recent show, he said this and his whole world changed. And I'm just going to go ahead and hope that none of this has swearing in it.
Oh, he loves to swear on stage.
Yeah, I think he does.
So it's probably.
You think he does?
I'm sure he does. You didn't listen to it first?
I didn't have time.
No.
I'm telling you, man, you don't want to suffer the wrath of Taylor Swift. So we like to call our tour the Errors Tour, because I feel like...
It's going to come now. You can tell. I know the way Dave Grohl speaks.
So, anyway.
Every eighth word has got to be the F word.
He closes it out by saying that, unlike them, they play live for 3.5 hours. And then he was like, what? Whoa, I said it. And insinuating that the Eras Tour does not play live and that it's 3.5 hours of backtracking. So, obviously, people got really upset, and... Now people are like, here's just one of the comments. Okay. This is all about jealousy. Dave Grohl will never experience the fame and the love that Taylor Swift has, and men are weak when it comes to Taylor Swift and how to support her.
Well, listen, I think he has experienced, he's been involved in not one, but two of the biggest rock bands of all time. So I don't even know if you can make the argument. Yeah, yes, of course. Taylor Swift is in that next.
But also, why would Dave go on and say that? That to me is a little shocking.
I feel like I've heard that Taylor Swift was in the same town, like they're both in London.
No, they both the Taylor Swifties attacked his daughter online, and he kind of how he's her dad and stuff.
Yes, we do know how that works, where a dad is...
Right.
Explain the relationship.
That's crazy.
Hold on, hold on, Johnny.
You can never get a relationship like this.
Johnny, let me explain.
So this is only a part of a bigger rant, Johnny? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I was reading it on Instagram right now, too.
But they were both in London. That's why he said it.
Yeah, they just happen to be in the same town, and he's a rock band, and she's a pop star.
Yeah, but also, so what Johnny is saying is that Dave Grohl's daughter... was talking about, she was criticizing Taylor Swift's private jet usage. And then people were coming at her.
There you go.
And so now Dave Grohl is saying this about Taylor Swift, and they're like, it's a feud or whatever.
All
and
right,
then
I'm Team Dave, no matter what.
And then Taylor Swift, in one of her latest shows, she did like a special thanks at the end and was like, I just want to thank our crew and band for playing live for 3.5 hours straight. Basically saying, we do play live. And Taylor Swift does play the guitar. She plays live. But there's also dancing. So, of course, you're going to have some, background vocals and stuff filling the space because you're out of breath and you're singing at the same time.
Yeah.
But she is singing live. So it is kind of weird that he said that. I agree.
But also, both of them, life's great. let's be honest. They're both living the greatest lives. So they're just creating drama because we feed on drama.
Well,
and everyone loves the fact that Taylor Swift couldn't be going better for her. Dave Grohl is having a good life. Band's, back at it again, doing shows.
Here's what somebody else said. Dave Grohl is just a middle-aged man who made a bad joke. Genuinely having a hard time believing there's any malice. Literally sounds like something my dad would say, and everyone would boo him, and we would all move on with our day.
That was a good joke. Errors tour? That's funny.
Well,
he's being self-deprecating. We're going to mess up a lot. So get ready for 3.5 hours and then mess it up.
But I also have a thing with bands being like, oh, we're such F-ups and whoops, we're famous. It's like, come on, you guys are amazing.
Everyone's looking at me. This is nothing. This is a big nothing. And everyone's trying to make it a big deal.
But it's a big old something now.
It's a big nothing.
All right, it's been a year of bankruptcy and closing locations for many businesses this year, 99-cent stores, Red Lobsters, and what have you, and now Hooters. They have announced that they're closing a select number of unperforming locations because Klein hasn't used his VIP card enough.
Want me to show you my boobies?
Yeah, Jake.
Yeah, Jake, go in the studio, please.
Jake, you
should
go. You should go out there.
Jake should try and get a job at one of the Hooters.
I've been to Hooters a million times. I've never seen a rack as good as Jake's.
Yeah, we're in the studio, Jake. Give him a little shake.
Jake, come in here. Pay some tributes to Hooters, please.
They will not say where or how many locations, but they are making it clear that this does not mean the company is failing in any way. They said with the new Hooters restaurants opening and new Hooters frozen products launching at grocery stores and the Hooters footprint expanding into new markets.
Oh, Jake, get out of here. Just snuck in. No, he's in my face.
Jake, face the camera, dog.
Shake it.
Jake, God,
why
that's the worst.
Why is Johnny so concerned that Jake is not cheating out to the camera?
That was so weird.
Come on, give me a look.
I can't believe you just snuck in here and did that
Jesus.
to me. God, Jake, gross.
Do you remember the first time you got blackout drunk, Klein? Do you remember how old you were?
I must have been in high school, but I don't know, probably 15.
Wait,
maybe?
high school, really? No, we're talking about blackout. You don't remember.
Yeah, I probably did blackout, but it was probably not from drinking a lot. It was probably like I had, whatever we snuck.
Some Goldschlager.
Yeah, something like
playing
that.
King's Cup.
Aftershock and probably passed out.
I didn't get blackout drunk till I was in my late 20s. That's when that started happening.
Yeah, I think that I have a couple blackout nights when I was in my teenage years, but I think most of it was in my 20s. And it turns out if you were into blackout drinking at a young age, it can have lasting effects on your learning, your memory, and your ability to recognize faces.
That's Klein.
And I didn't realize that blackout drinking had such a long-term effect, but a new study says, yes, it does.
Yeah, I don't know anyone. When I meet someone, I right away have instantly forgot them.
Then I repeat and ask their name again, and I still forget it.
Yeah, as I'm shaking their hand, I'm like, I know they're saying their name right now, and I don't know what it is.
Klein Alley Show. KROQ. Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. Ooh, bubble wrap.
It's a good practice run right there, but you got to listen for the right Green Day song. If you want the inside information, go to the socials at Klein Alley Show or at KROQ and find out exactly what you're listening for and when you'll hear it on KROQ. All right, go ahead.
All right, sad to report that we lost a couple of people in the last 24 hours. First off, one of the most respected and well-known surfers, Tamayo Perry. He was in tons of movies. Blue Crush, for one, Pirates of the Caribbean, Charlie's Angels 2, the shows Lost, and Hawaii Five-0. He also taught ocean safety and was a lifeguard, and he just died of a shark attack in Hawaii off the coast of Oahu, which is ironic and such a bummer. 49 years old. And then
Is Blue Crush the one with Jessica Alba?
Is she in that one? I know Michelle Rodriguez is in it. That was my main focus. But there's a lot of really good surfers in that movie, and he was one of them. And then, as another throwback, Shifty Shellshock, lead vocalist of Crazy Town, has also passed away, also 49 years old. No cause of death given yet.
That'd be crazy if that was also Shark.
Also died of a heart attack. Anybody who came up in the 90s and 2000s knows the song Butterfly.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on right now for
I mean, that is...
Come, my lady, come, my lady. You're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Come, my lady, you're my pretty baby. You're electric, you make me go crazy. Come, my lady, come, my lady.
That
is repetitiveness there. No,
but you know what, though? What a summer vibe, man. That's such a bummer.
It was a hit.
Shifty Shellshock. I still hear that from time to time, and it's one of those ones I'll let it play out. There's certain movies you see. No, certain
I
movies,
got to hear how this ends.
I got to see if the lady's going to come, my lady. Come, my lady.
All right. What does it mean to raw dog a flight, otherwise known as barebacking your flight? It is a growing trend. It's mainly men who are doing this because women are smarter than that, in my opinion.
Klein's got to be all over this, right? This is a Klein thing.
I love raw dog, baby.
I don't think in this context you would enjoy
Butterfly,
it.
baby.
Come, my lady. That's what I said. I'll be rewriting this song by
It'll
noon
be
today.
soon, baby. Raw dogging your flight means that you go with nothing. No entertainment, no food, no water, nothing but the flight map in front of your
Spirit
face.
Airlines. Isn't that just called Spirit?
I mean, even then, you have something lined up. Like you've downloaded something on your phone, you get some water, you get to get drunk or whatever.
I personally do not raw dog on the flight status, but when I watch other people raw dogging, it infuriates me so much.
Why?
I'll look at a guy sitting sometimes right next to me or sometimes a row in front of me, He's got a screen right there. He could be watching a movie, live sports, and he's just staring at that stupid flight map. And I'm going, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Like, is this guy some sort of Buddhist monk?
Some of these guys swear that it makes the flight go by faster, but I also think that only guys are like, when I fly so hard.
Right, I raw dogged all the way to Houston.
They love to go without. Let me just see how long I can go without. Whereas, like, as a woman, I'm like, oh, I want a lineup of treats. Like, treats that I don't normally get, shows that I don't normally get to watch in peace. I want my AirPods in. I want to have a nice drink and have quiet.
Just like there's certain sodas you only drink up in the sky, like ginger ale, the king of the wing.
Yeah, you got a whole lineup of stuff.
There's certain shows and movies you would only watch. Like, I'm not going to give couch time to this, but I will give 30,000 feet time to this. And sometimes you go ahead and polish off a whole show if you got a long enough flight cross country, whatever, and you feel like you've accomplished something, even though you did nothing. The idea of sitting there and staring, I know, here's what the raw doggers are saying. They're saying that once you get to a certain level of raw dogging, you almost go into this weird inner trance, and then time has no meaning anymore. And then you're almost
it's a construct.
Thank you, Jake. And to
Jake
the point,
would definitely raw dog.
Yeah, Jake raw dogs with showers right now.
Ew.
He's raw dogging. No soap. Just gotta let the water do what it does.
Go raw, baby.
But yeah, I don't like this trend at all, and I think airlines are going to look at this as another reason to get rid of those TVs. I still, for the life of me, can't figure out.
Well, and think about how suspicious a person who's just staring at a screen like that is.
Right,
and I would tell the fire marshal or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a fire marshal.
Well, whatever,
the
plane marshal. Yeah, you know that one.
Allie raw dogged her education. No books for me.
No
I don't need them.
Klein Alley Show.
I love your show. I listen every single day, and I love how y'all rip on each other. And listeners call in, and they rip on you, too. And it's just all in good fun.
KROQ. All right, welcome to KROQ. Welcome back to KROQ. And hello, new listeners checking in all over the text line this morning. Thanks for being here. We are Klein Alley Show. From hate to tolerate. It's a 3-day challenge, 3-day process. So you give us a little bit of time today, tomorrow. And by Thursday, you will be at the tolerate phase. And then who knows? Maybe even by middle of next week, you're in love. Codependency. It is the lifeblood of the show. I'm Klein. That's Allie right there.
Hello.
You got DJ Omar Khan.
Hey.
Jake Z Nerd. And Jake is going through a breakup that he claimed yesterday was the greatest breakup in the history of breakups. Unfortunately, now there has been some drama, as there usually is in any good breakup. So we'll get to that. Postmaster Johnny in the back taking your calls at 800-520-1067. And Vanessa, also known as Vanessa, because she did at one time work for NASA, and now she works here on this show, which means, boy, how the mighty have fallen, right?
Well, yes.
Here we
she's
are.
happy to be here, right, Vanessa?
I am.
Try to speak.
Oh, my God, really?
Try
Wow, that was clearly a lie.
To the mic.
Vanessa,
I'm
either tell us the truth and tell us this is the biggest disappointment.
Even that sounded terrible.
Either be honest with us and say you're not happy to be here, or at least be more convincing when you lie to us.
I would be honest if I wasn't. Come on.
So you're happy to be here.
I am very happy.
Some days she'll say, I don't want to be here. Right, Vanessa?
That's true. When we have to go, I'm like, let's go.
Like right now?
No, not right now.
Vanessa's all looped up, dude. Vanessa recently got accepted to Raya, so now she thinks she's better than all of us.
I do not think that. I also think it's like eye-rolly emoji.
Eye-rolly emoji? Raya?
Yes, it's not worth it, guys.
But you're slang all over it, right?
Not slaying.
I thought you had a date this weekend.
Not from Raya.
Oh, snap.
Actually, I know the details of that, but I was sworn to secrecy.
God damn, why did Vanessa tell things to people and then say, don't tell anybody?
Okay, I went on a blind date. It wasn't a success.
It wasn't?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
no.
Why wasn't it?
It's just we were not into it. It's a blind date. You're
He was
going in
Colombian.
blind, guys.
So he was ugly.
You met a Colombian guy?
I did meet a Colombian guy. He wasn't ugly, nor was he cute, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
know.
But
Trust
he
me.
was lovely. He was lovely.
You're speaking
That's our
language.
lane. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we
Both
get
of our
that.
partners told somebody that after our first date.
Yeah. That's how we were all described by someone. How was it? Well, they weren't ugly, but they weren't really cute either. Yeah, we get that, Vanessa. All right, so...
Well, congrats.
I heard Vanessa is the queen of this stuff. Everyone knows someone who does this. She will tell certain people things, but not tell everyone things. So, like, she goes to Jake and confronts, and Jake, I went on a date, but I'm only going to tell you. She'll tell Allie a lot of stuff that she only tells Allie.
Won't she go, I don't want to tell you because I don't want to.
I will decide to share. After the day happened, I told Ali, maybe I'll share.
All right.
And then now you're forcing me to share.
All right, well, let me ask you then, true or false, Vanessa? You tried to have You tried to have a quickie with someone through text message last week.
What?
Half true.
What? Listen to this.
Nice.
I know.
Nice.
She is. Vanessa.
I'm just saying, I was just like super flirty with this one guy. I'm like, dude, there's a winky face in this text message.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're halfway there with winky
She
face.
said to the guy, and this is what I heard, so I don't know.
Is that how it works nowadays?
Oh, yeah. And Omar,
Not
listen.
nowadays.
You just wink back and forth until one of you gets there.
Keep winking until someone shows up, genitals out. She said to the guy something like, I'm going to come over.
No, why are you spreading lies? I said, if you ever get bored, hit me up, winky face.
Yeah.
And
What?
And by the way, you were waiting for
Vanessa.
him. You were waiting for him,
What?
Vanessa. True or false? You were waiting for him to say, "I'm bored right now." And if he had said
True.
that, you would have gone over and slept with him. Yes.
I would have gone over and whatever happened, happened.
Whoa!
That's what I'm talking
And then he
about.
said, same to you, winky face, and then ended the conversation.
I know, so I was like, bro, come on.
Oh, such a bummer. So everyone's all boned up here today.
Klein, Alley, Show! Mornings on KROQ.
106.7 KROQ.
Some people are going to make this the greatest day of their lives by making it over to KROQ a little bit later for a performance with Imagine Dragons. Others of you will have the greatest day of your life because you're going to hear us play a Green Day song sometime between now and 8:15 this morning. Next 20 minutes or less. You hear the song, Corvette Summer. When we play it, be caller 10-800-520-1067. Give you a key that could start your very own Green Day signature Corvette, and you will be qualified to go fly to Chicago and see Green Day at Wrigley Field. That's happening very soon. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. Don't change the station or I get beaten.
All right, the new list of Walk of Fame recipients has been announced. This is for the year 2025.
Did we get Sublime on there? That was our goal.
You know, I'm going through this list. I'll just read some of the highlights. Prince is finally getting his star posthumously. Jane Fonda, Emilio Estevez, Jessica Chastain, Colin Farrell.
Emilio Estevez?
I know.
From Mighty Ducks?
Yes. Robert Englund. Freddy Krueger. I mean, that's definitely
He's been on our show before.
One. Yep.
He's deserving of a star.
Director John Carpenter, the South Park guys, Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
Good for them.
Totally. Fran Drescher.
They get 1 star or 2 stars?
Fran Drescher?
Well, Fran Drescher is the president of SAG, Omar.
Yeah, so? Who cares?
I got nothing.
She was the nanny. I think that's it, right?
Bill Nye. I think that's a deserving one.
She was the nanny, but I think she's probably getting the star not because she was the nanny.
No, it was because the Beautician and the Beast.
Beautician and the Beast. It was the finest movie ever made. No,
I actually love
no,
that
it's because
movie.
she runs the Allie's right. She's the president of whatever.
Yeah, that's not Walk of Fame status, in my opinion.
Listen. A lot of those stars on there. One every 3 stars, you go, there you go. That's a star-worthy person. And then you go, nope, and then you go, there's a star.
Yeah, I assumed that the people I don't know were just old time. I'm like, oh, that must be someone from like the 1930s, and I just don't know who they are. But
you know why they have.
like that's
Here's
not
why they have to do this. I've learned the reason. You need a place to stand while you take the picture of the star you want.
Mm-hmm.
So they have
These are stand stars?
They have to space out the real stars with some of the stand stars. So you'll be standing on Fran Drescher or Emilio Estevez while you want to take a picture of
Prince.
Prince.
Yeah.
That's why.
Molly Shannon, like I said, Bill Nye, Courtney B. Vance, Chris Wallace. The list goes on. I'm not going to read all of them, but
Imogen Poots.
Imogen Poots is also on there.
Finally. Thank you, Hollywood.
Just so people can mispronounce her name. And Sublime not on the list, which I think is actually not a lot of like music artists. It's mainly just celebrities.
Well, listen, we will make it our mission. In fact, I'll say this right now. If we cannot get Sublime a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame by the end of 2025, I will personally deface Fran Drescher's star to make it say Sublime.
Are we just going to do that anyway?
Probably. Probably.
I will beat a homeless man to it.
That's unacceptable. Guys, come on. Sublime. Even Flea said it. If Flea was on our show, he said, give the local Southern California band, give them a star. 30 years of music. God damn, let's give them a star.
Yeah. So everything in life, I think, could use a little Snoop commentary. I feel like it just elevates every experience. And the Some of the Olympic trials are taking place right now, specifically the ones with track and field. And there's an event called the steeplechase, and it's like running, but you're also hurdling, and you're hurdling into giant puddles, and there's kind of a lot going on. So Snoop was one of the commentators, and here's how that went.
What we're about to see right now, they're about to get to dipping, ripping, riding, slipping, and hopefully not sliding, jumping over this hurdle in the water. Oh, get up out of there. Oh, they coming behind him 7, 8 deep like horses. I love it. Bunched in and they running slow, but he jumped on the top of the hurdle. You can do that? That was a cold trick right there. I like that one. He went off the tippy top.
Hey, good. I would watch it. It's funny. I was watching.
How can he not be doing the full-on Olympics? I know that it's like, oh, cool, you have to get people that won Olympic medals and that know how to judge this stuff. But can't you have one guy like Snoop next to him that's kind of filling in for the fun stuff?
It's so important because I was watching Game 7 of the Stanley Cup last night. And I went away from my TV for a while. When I came back, they were doing some sort of Olympic long jump thing, like a or whatever it is, the pre-trials to get in the Olympics.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a Snoop Dogg commentating, and it was boring.
It's boring.
And the guy was just like, 18.4 meters.
I mean, think about all those NASA launches that happen, too, where they're like, oh, man, this is years in the making.
You need a Snoop or someone who gets very excitable about stuff that isn't too inside the sport. Because the people that are inside the sport.
Yes, because they need to ask the dumb questions that you're wondering.
Like we've always said, the Olympics don't seem that impressive because you're seeing all of the best people competing against each other, so they all look kind of even. But you need to just get one random person from every country also to compete.
Totally agree.
An average citizen, so you realize how really good the Olympians are.
All right, the Chipotle Celebrity Card. It is the highest honor in fast food. It's a card mainly given to athletes, artists, musicians, Walk of Fame people. Anyone who is a proven super fan and also a celebrity. And it gets you one free Chipotle meal per day, including chips and drink. And you could get one catering order for up to 50 people, and this is all in a period of a year. So now they're expanding their celebrity card, and you no longer need to be a celebrity to get it. This is kind of their contribution to the cheap wars. It's a sad contribution, in my opinion, but if you want to apply, you can do so on LinkedIn. Easy applies until July 3rd.
Hold on.
You have to apply on LinkedIn.
You apply, but then if you get the card, if you get chosen, you don't pay for it. It's just your card. You get given the card?
You get given the card, yeah. And for a year, you get one Chipotle every day and the catering for up to 50 people.
I've seen what this card looks like before. And
Is it cool?
Of course. It's great. It gets you unlimited, one a day, but it's pretty much unlimited Chipotle.
Chipotle boys like you.
Oh,
this is the tippy top.
That's
good.
This
is the tippy top.
Hey, thanks for checking out some of our radio show on KROQ. Just between you and me, we're about to fire Allie, so hopefully you didn't get used to her too much. But thanks for checking it out, and we appreciate you checking out the live radio show. And
hey, what are you guys doing?
Nothing.
But you're filming something. Aren't they supposed to be involved in this?
We're not filming anything.
There's a camera right there.
Just part of the... Bye.